Factsverse presents 10 places in Disney movies that exist in real life. Number 1. The Royal Castle in Sleeping Beauty. Everyone loves the story of Sleeping Beauty. It is romantic and beautiful. What most people don't know is that the Royal Castle in the movie was inspired by Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria, Germany. The castle was built by Ludwig II of Bavaria. It really looks like something out of a fairy tale. If you ever find yourself in Bavaria, you should stop by the castle and take a photo. Number 2. The Village Square in Beauty and the Beast. One of the cutest scenes in Beauty and the Beast is when Belle is shopping in the village square. The village square in the movie was actually based on Alsace, France. It is an area in northwest France. The architecture in the area is mostly German. The blend of German and French cultures reflect not only in the architecture but also in the people and the food. If you visit the area, you may have trouble not breaking out in song. Number 3. The Kingdom of Corona on Tangled. The castle from Tangled is very beautiful. It was actually inspired by Mount St. Michael in Normandy, France. For years, the island where the castle was located was cut off temporarily by tidal waters. This made it safe from any possible threats. Today, it is a huge tourist attraction for Disney fans and others who have never even heard of the movie Tangled. Number 4. Paradise Falls in Up. Paradise Falls in the movie Up is a very beautiful place. It was actually inspired by the Angel Falls in Venezuela. Angel Falls is the highest waterfall in the world at 3,212 feet high. One of the things that makes the falls in the movie and the falls in real life so amazing is the flat top at its peak. Both are completely breathtaking. Number 5. The Sultan's Palace in Aladdin. The Sultan's Palace in Aladdin is an incredibly beautiful place, even though the Sultan himself was an awful person. It was actually inspired by the Taj Mahal in Agra, India. The Taj Mahal is an extremely popular tourist area in India. The only difference between the two is that the Taj Mahal is not a castle. It is actually the tomb of the emperor of Shah Jahan's wife, Mumtaz. It was built in 1632, and today it still looks as gorgeous as it did back then. It is so famous that there are smaller replicas that house casinos in Las Vegas and Atlantic City. If you can't make it to India, you should consider a trip to see one of the replicas. Who knows, you might even end up winning some money. Number 6. The Emperor's Home in Mulan. If you think you've seen the Emperor's Home in Mulan, you may have seen something like it. It's actually inspired by the Forbidden City in Beijing, China. The reason that it was called the Forbidden City was because it was the home of the Emperor and nobody else was allowed to enter or leave without his permission. The rules and regulations associated with the Forbidden City were very strict. Today, it's open to the public and is a huge tourist attraction. If you plan to visit, you should understand that there are rules as to how you are allowed to act when you are there. Number 7. The Cathedral in the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is one of the most famous Disney places that exists in real life. The cathedral in the Hunchback of Notre Dame is beautiful, and it was inspired by a real piece of architecture in Paris, France. The Notre Dame Cathedral took close to 200 years to complete. It is very famous in the architecture world, as it was the first building to use flying buttresses inside. If you visit the cathedral, you'll find a chapel and several tombs. While the outside looks just like the Disney movie, the inside is very different. The real cathedral is definitely worth a visit. Number 8. Prince Eric's Castle in The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is one of Disney's most popular movies. Audiences get a glimpse of not only the undersea world, they also get a glimpse of Prince Eric's glamorous castle. His castle was based on the actual castle located in Lake Geneva, Switzerland, called Château de Chillon. Years later, the property was used as a fortress to guard a road through the Alps. When that was no longer necessary, the building was updated and became a very popular tourist attraction. Number 9. Game Central Station in Wreck-It Ralph. Game Central Station in Wreck-It Ralph is amazing. It was actually based on the Grand Central Terminal in New York City. The original station that inspired Wreck-It Ralph was torn down and then rebuilt in 1913 to the Grand Central Station of today. Number 10. Ramon's House of Body Art in Cars. Anyone who has seen Cars knows about Ramon's House of Body Art. Anyone who's driven down Route 66 through Texas knows what the U-Drop Inn in Shamrock, Texas looks like. Route 66 was very famous because it crossed through 8 states and 3 time zones. The actual inn was inspired by a nail stuck in the soil and was incredibly popular. Sadly, though, when Route 66 closed down, the inn did as well. It's still there, however, as an Art Deco shrine and a huge tourist spot. It's not uncommon to see tourists near the former inn taking photographs. Subscribe for more.